Tonight, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Saints taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New Orleans Saints. Zerline now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Achane. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. A run straight ahead with Achane. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 53 yards.
And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here first and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Kamara and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Up the middle, Achane.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Now he's loose at the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion, Hill.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And they'll give this to Achane.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Achane.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. This is Achane.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Here's Achane.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Wilson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal.
They run the toss here to Wilson.
And this
in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to two guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
God damn it, this thing.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third
we'll
quarter.
freeze them next time.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Love you.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I think this is their popcorn, huh? So.
From the gun, here's Hayner. He's got it to Williams. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Miller. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. And
he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Wilson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be the 8th play of the drive. 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
1st down, here's Hayner.
Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hayner here from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Hayner looking to pass once more.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Throwing, Hayner.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll go for it. Here's Haener.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. The Dolphins on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
They run play action with Haener.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down at the 25.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This to make it a 3-score game late. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami set to take over.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now a 2nd and 2.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah.
And the ball is knocked out.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.